Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today is the What Would You Make challenge, and I'll let you know more about that in a few minutes. But first of all, before we get to the video, I always want to shout out to my grandson Braden. We love you, we miss you, and we pray for you. So with all of that, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number one. So I have one of these fence pieces I got from Hobby Lobby. It was $11.99. It was 40% off of that, which made it 7 something, but it has 2 pieces to it. So basically you're paying a little over $3 a fence piece. So I want to save one of these for the fall. I have an idea for it, but I'm just going to remove the hinges from the top and the bottom there. And then I'm going to take some tumbling tower blocks, and I'm going to use my Type Bond Quick and Thick multi-surface glue, and I'm going to put one right at the top of that ledge to make it even with that ledge that's on the bottom of the fence post. And I'm just going to glue each one of those in place, and then I just gave it a few minutes to set. Really, this stuff sets within 5 minutes. Then I went ahead and took some more of the Type Bond glue and put it on the top of the tumbling tower blocks. And then after those were covered, excuse me, I'm going to take some and put it along the edge of one of these long wood signs from Dollar Tree. Now these are the newer ones that aren't as long. They're a little bit smaller, but it fit perfectly for what I want to do. So I'm just going to glue it onto that little ledge that I made with the tumbling tower blocks, and just pressing it down to make sure it's all connecting to those tumbling tower blocks. I let that sit for a few minutes. Then I'm going to take my ruler here, and I'm just measuring the distance from the bottom of that to my table. And I have one of these wood garden stakes from Dollar General, and I'm going to cut them down. I believe it was like 2.5 inches, something like that. Sorry, I just ate, and so I have a little phlegm in my throat. But I end up I cut 2 for the legs with my miter saw, and then I ended up cutting a couple more, 4 more. I think they were about the same size, and then 2 more that were a little bit longer, and you'll see what I'll do with those in a second. But once they were all cut, I took my Type Bond glue again, and I'm just going to again glue those on as the legs for my bench that I'm creating. And then after that, I decided my bench needed an armrest, and that's what I cut the rest of the pieces down for. So I'm going to put 2 on each side. And now with that wood piece, the long wood sign that I put on there, it went over to the left just a little bit more than it needed to. By the time I realized it, I was going to try and move it, but it was already stuck. So I just left it the way it was. But you really can't tell. So once I have those added on there, I'm going to take the longer one, and I'm going to not hot glue it, use my Type Bond glue. Now these I should have cut just a little bit longer because there's a little bit of a gap in between the fence post and this, but it's okay. It still looks great. Then I just went over it with my Waverly Antique Wax. I brushed it on, wiped off the excess, and that's all I did for this. It was super easy, and I love how this came out. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, it is the What Would You Make challenge, and I host this challenge on the 4th Sunday of every month, along with Christine from Divine Design. And this month's guest host is the wickedly creative, amazing Kathy Joe with Kathy Joe DIYs. That's an inside joke. And just make sure you check out her channel because she is very talented, as well as Christine's and the playlist. I'll have links to all of them in the description box. Okay, DIY number 2. I'm going to take some tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to take a lot of them. In fact, I think I used a whole box and a little bit extra, but I have 10 of them here, and I'm going to use my Type Bond glue and a little bit of hot glue to glue 5 of them side by side, just like you see me doing. And then I'm going to take those 2 strips, and I'm going to connect them with my Type Bond glue and hot glue, one on top of the other. And after that, oh, this one, you guys, it took me almost all day to do. And I did it in steps because, yeah, I'll tell you why in a minute. But anyways, I'm going to take some single tumbling tower blocks, and I'm going to glue them all along the base. As you can see, I'm just going to go all the way around it, standing them up just like you see. And I had this idea, and I knew I wanted to paint it, but I'm going to add some beads to it, and I wanted the beads to be a different color. So I had to do this in steps, which took me forever. So once I had that base part done, I painted it with Waverly chalk paint in the color agave. What is it? Anyways. Agave. There we go. And then once it was dry, I took some beads. These are just some wood beads. I don't know what size they are. They came, I think, from a garland, actually, a beaded garland. I'm just going to glue them all around the base. Then I'm going to take some more tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to take 8 of them. I'm going to glue them side to side, 2 of them at a time. So I'm going to have 4 strips of 2. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. And I'm going to go all the way around, just making a square using my square ruler here to keep it all even. And I end up making, I think, 3 of these through the whole thing. But for right now, I'm making 1 because I was just I was figuring it out as I was going. So then I painted that with the agave as well. And then after it was all dry, I'm going to take my tight bond glue. I'm going to go all the way around the top of those beads now, making sure that some of it's going to go in the holes, but making sure that there was enough glue around it that it wouldn't all go through the holes. Then I'm going to add that 1 square piece that I just created, put it on top. I'm making sure that you can't see the holes. And then I push that down, let it sit. I'm going to take some more tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to take 6 of them, and I'm going to glue 3 of them side by side, just like that. Then once I had that done, I'm going to connect the 2 strips together, and I'm going to make 4 sets of these. Then I'm going to take just 4 more tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to glue 2 of them side by side, and then the other strip I'm going to glue on top, and I made 4 sets of those as well. And then I'm going to paint them all with my agave. Then I'm going to take my Tite Bond glue again, and I am going to glue these around my little box that I've created, and using a little bit of hot glue for the immediate hold. And I'm going to make sure there's a gap between them. And so I'm just going to do this all the way around. The next end, I'm doing the strips of 2. So 2 sides have strips of 3, and the other 2 ends have strips of 2. And then I'm going to glue those together as well. And I'm just going to do that all the way around. Then once that was done, I took some beads and some skewers from Dollar Tree. I cut them down, and I'm going to add, I think there was like 7 beads on each one. And then I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue on this one. I put it on the top. And just to kind of hold those in. Maybe this was the bottom. I don't remember. I just know I was trying to hold them in. So then once it was not hot anymore and sticking to the beads, I guess that was the bottom, I'm going to stick it right in between. And then after that, I'm going to do the next one. You'll see me do the next one. This is how I measured it. I just went right underneath the top of those blocks, and then I just took some wire cutters that just snipped them, and then filled it up with my beads again. Oh, this one I'm just gonna, I did this first. I did the hot glue to hold that bead in place, and then I finished filling up that skewer. Now this one was really tight. I don't know what I did wrong, but the opening wasn't as big, and I could not get it pushed in there. I thought, okay, I'll turn it around and see if it will go in that way, and it wasn't wanting to go. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. So I took some of those beads off to the point of where it was getting stuck. And then I'm going to take, you can see I'm just trying to push them down, and it could kind of go down. So I took my needle nose pliers, and I just used that to just kind of push it all down, and then I added the beads back on, and then it worked. But oh my goodness, I had to really work at that. I was like, I'm not doing all of this work for this to not fit in there. So once I was done, I took one of the other squares that I made and painted. And again, using my Tite Bond glue, I was going to use my hot glue there, but it got unplugged. My where it connects, it falls out really easily sometimes. If I don't notice it, then I don't have any hot glue. So I decided, okay, well, type on it is. So then after that, I added some more of my beads on top of that. And then I am going to add another one of those squares that I had made before. And I'm going to add this on top of the beads again, making sure that all those holes are covered. It seems really quick, but I'll tell you, it took me forever. And then because some of it was a little, the gaps, I didn't like the gaps, and I didn't like where you could see the top of those skewer sticks because they didn't completely touch those tumbling tower blocks. So I decided to cover it up with some of my favorite braided jute twine that I get from Amazon, and it is in my Amazon store, which is the link in the description box if you're interested. And then after that, I just started filling it up with some peonies from Dollar Tree, and that's all I did for that. I made this cute little wooden vase. I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. I hope you do too. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comment box below.
Well, guys, I hope you're enjoying this What Would You Make video and the playlist. As many of you know, I've said this many times, I love this challenge because I love working with wood. And again, my grandfather was a carpenter growing up, so I think I associate wood with my grandfather, and I have so many good memories of him. And so working with wood makes me feel like I'm a little bit closer to him, even though he's no longer with us. But I just love working with wood, and there's so much you can do with it. So I hope you are enjoying this playlist. I know it's been a popular playlist for a long time. I did not originally start this. It was started by a sweet lady named Zaina, who also lives in Oklahoma. And she stepped away from YouTube a few years ago and asked me to take it over. And I was happy to do it. I was very excited to do it because, like I said, I love working with wood, and it's always been one of my favorite challenges. So I hope you're enjoying it too. If you guys are ever interested in seeing more stuff done with power tools, let me know, because I have some power tools that I could do more with, but I know not everybody does, so I usually don't show that. But let me know if that's ever something that interests you. So I'm going to real quick welcome you if you're new here. My name is Brenda, and this is my sweet, sweet Oliver. And if you are returning, you know how much we love you. So make sure before you go, you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you give me that thumbs up, comment, share this video, hype it, all that fun stuff. It really does help my channel out, and I truly do appreciate it. So with all of that being said, let's continue on with the video.
Okay, DIY number 3. So I have 3 of these pallet signs from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to use my little pick here to remove the really small staples that are in it. Then I'm going to paint all 3 of them again with that agave color. I'm just loving this color. I always love this color, and I thought I'd use it up. And then I'm going to take 3 of these squares from the Dollar Tree packages, and I'm going to paint those with Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. And after they're dry, I had to use some more of these rub-on transfers from Essential Stencils. I'm not affiliate with them, but I love them. When I saw them, I had to buy them. If you look for them and you can't find them, I think they were sold out. So just check in a couple of weeks, because a lot of times they'll get them back after a couple of weeks, and then you can go in and get them. But I'm just going to rub them, rub as I remove that transfer sheet until the whole image stays on there. And oh my goodness, these things are just way too cute. I had to use them again. So then after I have all of them on, which will be any second, I'm going to lay them on top of the palettes, and I'm going to use a pencil to kind of trace where they are, and that way I know where to put my glue. And I'm just going to use my Titebond glue again, and I'm going to lay one of those on each one of the palettes. And I'm just making sure that it goes right in between those tracing lines. And then I'm going to take some of this flower ribbon. I got this a few years ago at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to glue them all around my white squares here, the picture part. And I just thought this would be a fun way to kind of finish it off, because in all of those pictures, they have flowers in their hair or alongside them. So that's what I did. And then I laid them all upside down, and I'm just making sure they're all evenly attached. And I'm just using my ruler here to make sure they're all the same. And then I am going to take some twine, my braided jute twine that I absolutely love, and I'm going to go ahead and just staple it in, since these the piece back behind them that connects them is thick, so I'm able to use my stapler. And then at the top I did leave a loop, and then I came down the other side and did the same thing with stapling it all together, and then I just trimmed off the excess. And that's all I did with them. Super easy, and I just think they're so adorable. They'd be really cute in a little girl's bedroom, I think. But anyways, I love them. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations. And oh my goodness, you guys have been busy. Look at all of these that Lynn made. They are so pretty. I love that wreath. It's just gorgeous. And your bunny and your little lamp, all of them are so cute. Lynn, thank you so much for sharing. And then we have Ileana, and she has a, looks like a YouTube channel, and she has been busy as well. Look at all of these that she created. Looks like she helped decorate for her birthday party. And then we have Linda. Look at all of her lovely pieces that she's created too. Oh my goodness, they are just wonderful. Thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your projects with me. I truly appreciate it. I love seeing what everyone is creating. And if you have something that you've created that you would like me to showcase, you can email me pictures to rusticandlacediy@gmail.com, or you can always send them to me through Instagram Messenger or Facebook Messenger. Okay, on to our final DIY number 4. So a couple videos back, I used a flower cutout from Dollar Tree that had this little flower in the middle of it. I didn't use it for that, so I thought I would use it for this one. And I'm just filling in the hanger hole with some lightweight spackling from Dollar Tree, and then I'm going to paint it with Waverly chalk paint in the color Maize. And then that wood block from Dollar Tree I also painted with agave. Now here is a new stencil from Chalk Couture. I am a Chalk Couture designer, and I'm going to use this for the very first time. So since I'm going to use it, I'm going to cut one of the pictures out that I want, and then I'm going to fuzz it, because whenever you use these for the first time, you want to fuzz it so they do not remove your paint when you peel it off. Now, if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, it is a self-adhesive stencil, and I love them because they make things look so high-end, and they are usually pretty easy to use. So once I have it on my image here, I'm going to use my black velvet chalk paste, and I'm just going to use a squeegee to go over that. And yeah, and it looks like I need to add some water to my chalk paste because it is getting thick. And if you ever have that happen, you do want to add just a little bit of distilled water so that way it doesn't grow any mold, and then just kind of stir it up, and that helps bring it back to life. So once I have it all covered up, I'm going to remove my stencil from the flower, and you do want to go wash it, not the sticky side of it, but the front side of it. You want to wash all that paste off the silk screen, just to make sure that it doesn't dry and ruin your image. Then I wanted to show you this. This is March's Chalk Couture Club item that you get if you subscribe, and I think it's very cute. You get this, you get every month. If you subscribe, you get a stencil, a surface, and some either chalk paste or ink. This is March's, and it is $26.99. They have gone up quite a bit. So if you're interested in it, you can check out my link. But honestly, if you want to check out Chalk Couture, I would look into Members Perk, because that is $20 a month, and you get 30% off anytime you order. Plus, every month you get a $20 credit. So that might be a little cheaper way to try it out. But if you have questions, you can always email me, and I'd be happy to answer. So I'm just going to use my Titebond glue and hot glue again to glue that little picture flower in place. And then I'm going to use some more of this flower ribbon, and I'm going to add it to the bottom and to the top of my block sign here. And then after that, what do? Oh, I'm going to make a finger bow. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to wrap my fingers 2 times with my twine. I'm going to take that long tail. I'm going to bring it in between my fingers, and I'm going to go up and around the strands that are between my fingers, and then I'm going to bring that tail through that little loop that I just created, and I'm going to pull really tightly. And I'm going to use my thumb there to kind of help pull that tight. Then I'm just going to trim off that long tail, and I'm going to hot glue it to the top of my flower. And then I thought, you know, it needs something else. I probably should have done a different color other than black, but I just didn't have a chalk paste that I thought would match. So I decided to go ahead and just make some little polka dots with my black ink by Waverly and an embossing tool, and there it is. I think it came out really cute. I hope you like it as well, and you're going to see the final reveal coming right up and how I decorated my little bench. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you check out Kathy Jo and Christine and the playlist before you go today. And before you go, make sure you give me that thumbs up, comment, hype, share this video, and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you're still subscribed because you never know when YouTube's going to change that on you. So I have a fun video of Oliver after this, so stay tuned for that. And with all that being said, I will be back again on Thursday, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Okay, after having a weekend where we were like highs in the 40s, our high today is supposed to be 89, and Mr. Oliver is loving it. Aren't you, Oliver? Do you like the warm weather? Huh? Do you like it? He loves it. He's just been standing out here, just, basking in the sunshine, I guess. I was hoping I could get a video of him barking along the fence line with the neighbor's dogs, but they're not out right now. We'll try and get one soon. Okay, so here we go. This is Oliver. Thinks he can attack Great Danes and a little Chihuahua. He's just looking for it. He's like, let me at him. Let me at him. He's such a silly dog. Oh my goodness. He keeps us laughing, that's for sure. Okay, Oliver, come on. See? He's like, you're not coming near me. And the thing is, my son, my stepson, he put this fence up last year because it needed replacing. One of the boards was loose, and the dog, one of the Great Danes, knew it and could get its mouth through it. And so now every once in a while you hear him like hitting his head against the fence trying to open it up. Of course we fixed it, but yeah, it's pretty funny. Are those big dogs, Oliver? Are those big dogs? Huh? Are those the big dogs? Huh? Oh my goodness. So, yep, there you go. And there you see. This is what he likes to do. And then he's just going to go run down there, and he's going to come right back. And he goes, you can see where he's ruined the grass by the fence because of his running back and forth. Oliver, go to the house. Come on. See how he prances? He just thinks he's big stuff. Come on, to the house. And he kind of snorts like, yeah, I'm tough. I'm the big guy. Go to the house. Go to the house. You're being a stinker. Come on, to the house.